In this video, we are going to understand a very interesting topic, how we can configure multiple users on a single machine from Command CLI. First, understand what is the requirement for this thing. So let's suppose, okay, let me go here and let me go to it. You have a AWS account, okay, and in this AWS account, you have two users. Okay, let me click on the user. This is user 1 and this is user 2. Okay, let's suppose user 1 is having complete access over the S3. Okay, so let me write it down, S3 full access, and this user is having EC2 full access. Now I need both the users to be configured on the single machine, so that from the single machine I can toggle between the user and I can work. So let's see how we can configure this thing. For this one, what I am going to do is I will go to the IAM dashboard and I will click on the user, create user. Here I am going to provide the name. So let's suppose this is user 1. Next, attach policy, and here I am going to give S3 full access. Next, create user. This user is created. So user 1 is having complete access over the S3 full access. Okay, similar way I'm going to create another user, user 2. I'm going to provide attach policy and I'm going to provide EC2 full access. Let me go to my notepad. User 2 is having full access to the EC2. Now what we need to do is we need to configure this user from the command CLI. For that, what we need to do is we need to go to the user and then we need to go to the security credentials, and here we have the option for the access key. We need to click on the create access key. Now here I have multiple options. I need to go with the first one. I need to click on the confirmation. Next, I can give any description tag value here. Create, done. Now this is important. Here we have the access key and the secret key. So this secret key option is one time. So we need to make sure that we are going to have this secret key saved somewhere. Now this is for user 1. This is the access key and this is the secret key. Done. Now let me go to the user 2 and do the same thing. Again I will go to the security credential, access key, create access key. I will click on the command CLI. I understand. Next, create. This is for user 2. Done. Continue. Now I have the access key and the secret key for both the user. So what I need to do is I need to configure this thing. So how to configure? For this I will go to the terminal. Okay, so I'm using the Mac, so that is the reason I have the terminal. If you are using the Windows, then you have the PowerShell or the command prompt, and if you are using the Linux, then you have the terminal. Okay, here you need to type the command AWS configure. After that you need to give profile. This is important because with this option we are able to create multiple profile. So here in the profile I can give any name, but here I'm going to give user 1. Here it is going to ask me for the access key, so let me give the access key here. Then it is asking me for the secret key. Then it is asking me for the default region name. So currently I am in US East 1. Similar way I'm going to configure for user 2 as well. Access key, then it is asking for the secret key, again the region US East 1, done. Now I have both the user configured on the single terminal or on the single machine. So let's see. So there is a command AWS S3 ls. Okay, with this I am able to list all the buckets which are there in my account. Okay, and I need to give the profile as well. So from which user I want to run this command. So let's suppose user 1. See, I'm not getting any deny message or something. It's just that I'm not getting any of the bucket information. The reason is if I go to my S3, I don't have any bucket at the moment. See, there is no bucket. Let me run the same command with user 2. See, here I'm getting the access denied. So that means user 2 does not have access to the S3, but user 1 is having access to the S3. Similar way, let me go and check for the EC2. For this one, we can go to the AWS CLI. Here is the command. Let me go to my terminal again. Let me run it. Paste. So this is something I'm running with user 2. I'm not getting any error right now. I'm getting the reservation because we don't have any EC2 running at the moment. So if I go to EC2 console, see, we don't have any of the instance in the running state in North Virginia. That is the reason I'm not getting any reply. But let me run this command from user 1. See what I will get. I'm getting unauthorized operation, access denied or something. You are not authorized to perform this operation. So that means user 1 is not authorized to list the EC2 instances. Okay, let me go to IAM again. This time let me go to user 1. This is the user 1 where we have only permission related to the S3. Let me give permission related to the EC2 as well. EC2 full access. Next, add permission. Now if you look at the permission, we have the EC2 and we have the S3 full access. Let me go to my terminal again and rerun the same command. See, this time I'm getting the reservation. I'm not getting the access denied. Earlier I was getting the access denied. You are not authorized, but this time I'm getting some reply. So that means this user 1 is now having access to the EC2 as well. So this is how we can configure multiple users on a single machine. So let's suppose if there is a user 3, if I want to configure, let me go to the dashboard, users. Let me create a user quickly. User 3. Next, attach policy. Okay, let me not attach any policy here. Okay, create user. Once the user is created, I need to go to the security credentials and I need to click on the access key, command line. I understand. Next, create. Now let me configure this user. So what was the command? AWS configure -- profile, and this time it is going to be user 3. I can give any name here. It is not necessary that the name is going to be the same for the user. So let me show it to you. Let me give here 4, okay, or FOUR, something like this. Okay, it is asking for the access key. Let me copy the access key. It is asking for the secret key. Let me put that thing here, then the region US East 1, done. Now let me run any of the command AWS S3 ls -- profile FOUR. I'm getting the access denied. Even if I'm going to run this command, just change the profile to 4, I will get access denied. We are not authorized. So this is how we can configure multiple user with command CLI on the single machine.